Hello everybody, good evening. While I've got your attention here, let me try and invite some friends as per usual. And some music now. Hold on. Okie dokie. Just bear with me. Okay, good evening everybody. How are you this beautiful evening? Okay, I think that is enough. Okay, so good evening everybody. I've got some music here. Let me turn that down just to make sure you can hear me properly. Today I want to talk about, is your overanalysis your paralysis? Is your overanalysis your paralysis? Hi Mel, how are you? So I also want to make a lot of noise about my event, which is on the 23rd of November. And I just want to give a big thank you to those of you who've already reserved your space. And for those of you who are yet to do so, go ahead and do that now. All right? For those who will book their space between now and the 14th of November, there will be a prize for you. So everybody who's reserved before the 14th of November, there will be a prize. Oh yes, there will be a prize. So what I want to talk about, as I said, is your overanalysis, your paralysis. And to be quite honest with you guys, I had a full day today. And I'm feeling somewhat a bit discombobulated. You know, I'm somewhat sparse, but I'm showing up anyway. You know, last week I spoke about neuro-linguistic programming and about showing up for ourselves and others even when we don't feel like it. So today I am showing up for you and I'm showing up for me. I don't feel like it, but I'm here anyway. I'm here to make noise about my event. So it's the 23rd of November 2018, and you ought to be there. But before then, let's talk about, is your overanalysis your paralysis? As you come on, say hi. Don't be shy. Hi Terry, how are you? So you know I like to just define the words I use just to ensure that, you know, the English language is quite vast and words have double, triple meanings depending on where they're derived from. So I always try to define the words just to make sure that we're on the same level in terms of the context in which I use the word. So the first word I'll be defining for you here is analysis. And what analysis means is a detailed examination. So it is a detailed examination of whatever it is you're analyzing. And then we have paralysis. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you. Say hi. And paralysis meaning the inability to act or function properly. So therefore, the essence of what I want to talk about is over-examining whatever it is to the point where you're unable to act or function properly. And I want us to look at two reasons as to why you should not overanalyze. Two reasons as to why you should not overanalyze. If you're here live, hashtag live. And if you're on the replay, you know the drill. Hashtag replay. Hi, Lynette, sweetie. Okay, so two reasons as to why you should not overanalyze. And I remember when I started on my first year of my degree, I was so caught up with all the psychological theories and I was very enthusiastic. Oh, yes, I was. And I would analyze everything, every body language, everything somebody said to me, I would be reading into it. But you know what? Even Freud said sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. So we should not be overanalyzing all the time. Overanalyze, you can become paralyzed if you overanalyze. Yes. So the first thing I've got is when you overanalyze, it kills your productivity and your creativity. So you might have an entrepreneurial idea, but you think it to the north. And guess what? You never get off the ground with it because you killed it from thinking about it. You killed your dream because you overanalyzed it. You took it apart and there was nothing left. So overanalyzing kills productivity and creativity. The second thing overanalysis does is it increases your mental health. It increases the risk of mental health. And there was a psychological journal that published that if you overthink all the time, you have a very high risk of mental health issues. So, this thing about it, the anxiety, depression, stress, all of that is compounded through overthinking, overanalyzing. Obviously, we need some analysis to make informed decisions. But when you overanalyze, you killed whatever productivity, creativity you had. All right? Exactly, Lynette. Okay, I can see you saying that, Mel. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So what I'm saying here is that if you overanalyze, you killed your productivity and you've got the potential of increased mental health issues. If you're always overthinking your shortcomings, your mistakes, or your problems, you're only serving to compound these issues. So it does you no good overanalyzing them all the time. All right, guys. So now once we stop overanalyzing or reasons as to why we should stop, what the benefits are, we need to... While you're here, guys, while you're here and you're understanding what I'm talking about, drop in the comments for me some of the things that you overanalyze. Drop me some of the simple things that you always overanalyze. Somebody didn't pick up the phone to speak to you and you think, why didn't they answer me? Did I upset them? Did I say something wrong? We always do this and we read so much into things all the time and we overanalyze. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 reasons, 2 ways. Hello, sweetie. I'm going to give you 2 ways to overcome paralysis. So what we want to do is stop the overanalysis in order to stop our paralysis. And when I talk about paralysis, I'm not just talking about physical here. I'm talking about your mental paralysis that stop you from functioning or act properly. And the first thing I have is do not think about what could go wrong, but what could possibly go right. And this happens for a lot of us, especially us entrepreneurs. We think about starting a business or going ahead with this idea, but we kills it by thinking about all the things that could go wrong. We think about all the things that naysayers could say. And as a result of that, we do nothing about it because we're so focused on what could go wrong that we don't have any time to think about what could go right. What if it goes right? I'm here doing this live, guys. All the things that could go wrong, because it's live, I can't do a retake. But what about all the things that could go right? I've met my wonderful friends on here. My business has got the publicity that it needs. I've increased in clients because of putting myself out here. So if I'd limited myself to all the possibilities that could go wrong, and have gone wrong, I would not have had the benefits of what could go right. So we need to stop being caught up with all the things. Absolutely, Mal. We need to stop caught up with the things that could go wrong, but focus on what could go right. The next thing I've got is, Lynette, you wrote an essay there. Yes, your mindset now. Absolutely. And that's what I spoke about last week about neuro-linguistic programming and about our mindset and about how we speak to ourselves. So the next thing I've got is stop waiting for perfection. Oh, stop waiting for all your ducks to be lined up. Like I just said, if I was waiting for all my ducks to be lined up, if I was waiting for one member in there, if I was waiting for everything to be perfect, I wouldn't be out here. I would not be out here. And, I was speaking to a friend of mine a while back, and we were talking about Donald Trump, for example. And she's very pedantic and very meticulous about diction and grammar and spelling and all the rest of it. She's so caught up in it. She's a perfectionist, I put it, right? And I turned to her and said, you know what? At the end of the day, if Donald Trump was waiting until his diction was perfect, if he was waiting until his enunciation and his sentence structures were perfect, he would not be the president of the United States. Listen, this man has his speech written for him, and even when he does, he still fumbles over his words. He does not elucidate properly. But guess what? You can be sat there talking about what he hasn't done properly. But guess who is the president of the United States of the America? So you talking and you being critical about him is not serving you and it's not serving him. But you being the perfectionist that you are is limiting yourself. So you can be sat there, talk about all the things that I'm doing incorrectly now. Like, guys, have you ever watched a recording of yourself? Have you? Here, you will see all the things you have done wrong. Like, I did not realize I said right so many times. I did not realize I said right. I say right. Maybe it's switch it up to saying wrong. But I say right so often that if I watched the first recording I did and I allowed that to stop me, I would not be here speaking to you. I did. It was not perfect, but I do it anyway. It's not perfect, but I'm doing it anyway. So I do not have to wait for things to be perfect. You do not have to wait to have things perfect or to have all your ducks lined up for you to step out into that business, for you to embark on that university course that you always wanted to do, for you to step out of that relationship that you no longer wanted to be a part of. You don't have to have perfection. You don't have to sit down and be so critical and harsh on yourself and watching everybody else go by while you're busy being critical on you and on them. But yet still, you are so paralyzed from all this analyzing that you're doing on you. So yes, guys, I've learned not to overanalyze to stop me from being paralyzed. So the moment I stopped overanalysis, I was no longer suffering from paralysis. Okay, so this is why I'm here with you. And the bonus point I have, and let me give you that quite good. I'm looking at my notes here. The bonus point I have is to accept that it's your best. So like, what I mean by that is accept that whatever you do in that moment is your best. So like I'm here, I'm talking to you. There are many times when it's live, I can't do a retake. So I fumble over my words. I mispronounce. I may say something which is not what I wanted to say. But guess what? I was nervous. I was anxious. It's alive. So it was my best. I did my best in that moment. And that's all I can ask of me. It might not be the best of my capabilities because I know I can speak more coherently. But in that moment, considering nerves, knowing that thousands of people are watching these recordings, I fumbled. And that is okay. That is okay. Right? That was my best in that moment. And that is okay. I will not allow overanalysis to become my paralysis. So I won't be paralyzed because I overanalyzed. So do you get the train of thought that I'm going on, guys? That last week I spoke about neuro-linguistic programming and about how you speak to yourself. And this week I'm following it on, which I think works quite well, about not overanalyzing everything to the T, to the point where you're unable to function, to the point where you're unable to act and to do anything and to step out into your purpose. Right? 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 Right. Yes, I'm going to say right until I get it right. Yes, I will say right until I stop saying right. But for right now, I'm happy because I'm doing this live. And if you can be sat there and said, oh, she says live right so many times and she does this and she does that. Guess what? I am doing what I'm doing as part of my vision. What have you done? Okay? So this is what we need to do. Not overanalyze everything about what we think we ought to be doing right. We don't have to wait for perfection. We don't have to think about what naysayers going to say. They're going to say it anyway. Guys, show me some love. Give me some love. You know the drill. And let me take a commercial break here. My friend said it's a commercial break. My company logo there. Commercial break. Oh, that was a sponsored commercial from Pathia Psychotherapy Practice. Guys, if you can't laugh at yourself, others will. So might as well you join them, right? Let's just relax and stop the overanalysis and stop paralyzing ourselves because we're thinking too much. And before I go, as I said, you'll be seeing lots of me this week because I'll be making lots and lots and lots and lots of noise about my event, which is on the 23rd of November. And guys, I can totally relate as to why I'm doing this event. When I step out into my entrepreneurial ship and I thought that I wanted to be a businesswoman and my partner supported me in doing that, I didn't have the confidence. I felt somewhat isolated because I do have friends and they're very supportive, but they're not within this industry. So then you find yourself on your own, right? So guys, you need to step out. You need to come and meet people who can support you, who understand. I am here. And as I said, as a therapist, I totally understand all the doubts, all the negative thought processes, the lacking in confidence, the low self-esteem that you may have in that particular area of stepping into your entrepreneurial ship. So come out, have a chat with me, meet like-minded people, and make it an evening to remember. Okay? As I said, for those who have booked their space already and they have done the reservation, thank you. And for those who have not done so yet, please go ahead and do that, as there will be a prize waiting for you. Okay, for the rest of you who are here, drop me an emoji. Just drop me an emoji to acknowledge me. Acknowledge my presence, because my presence is my present to you. And I just want to let you guys know about our group on Facebook. It's about romantic relationships and we have fun conversations there. We've got interesting topics over there. So I want you to be a part of that. If it's something that is in aligned to what you're interested in or what you may need at this particular time in your life, drop me a question mark and group and I will send you the link for that. I will also be dropping the link somewhere in here for your reservation for the event on the 23rd. Okay, guys, I think this is it. I will wrap up here. And if there's anything you need to say to me, go ahead and put that in the comments. You know, I totally and utterly appreciate all of you. So I take the time out to respond to each of you, okay? All right. All right. I'm going to say that until I get it out of my system. I don't know what's all right, but I'm all right. All right, guys, this is me. As I said before, that I am somewhat discombobulated and I'm all over the place. So I just thought I'd put my best energy here because I need to step up for me. I need to step up for you, and I need to show up and turn up even when I don't feel like it, even when it's uncomfortable, even when I'm feeling somewhat vulnerable. You know, guys, you know it. No one needs to pull anything over your eyes. You can see through the bull. So you know life isn't perfect. You know my life is not perfect. It's so far from that. But I show up anyway. And I know you appreciate me for doing that. And I appreciate you for showing up each time I show up. So the love is real. And this is me signing off. And I will keep the conversation going in the comments. You take care and you have yourself a lovely evening. If you feel you have received some value, go ahead and share this live recording. Okay? Yes, Lynette, thank you as well. Big love, and hopefully I'll see you on the 23rd of November, and that is at Grange City Hotel in central London. Okay, you'll be seeing lots of me this week because I will be going on and on and on and on about it. So reserve your space and we'll speak soon. Bye.